Hey guys, BBI here. I want to stop and say thanks for tuning in and checking out whatever the video is about that's about ready to come up next. If you could take a minute and hit subscribe, I'd greatly appreciate it. And if you enjoy what you've seen here, make sure to hit the like button. We'd greatly appreciate your support. Anyhow, guys, all that aside, let's get on with the show. Let's get down to business. Just one more time, let's do this. Sorry. I've been occupied with a bunch of other stuff last couple days, and I haven't been able to make any YouTube videos, but we're going to make this quick one. This is for the BBI Bakerman brake box. I haven't put the vinyl on this, but this is going to be the 2-pill high drive amplifier. It's got 2290s in it, 16 DO8s. Let's turn the gain down a little bit. Let's take a look on the inside. We just got done tuning and testing this one, and it's working well within standard. So this one's got a remote jack on the back of it for remote on. Just the tip is hot, so you take the tip, you short it to the next connector on the stereo jack, and it'll turn on. Standard, everybody's doing the same thing remote. Let's go over here. Let's take a quick look across the band of data collection here. That is a 1,000 watt slug in the forward position in PEP. This is our average numbers, which is totally dictated by the radio, and our reflect, back from the Bird 10,000 watt dummy load. We are running on approximately 15 volts today. So we shut the amp off, and we're going to show you drive first off, and then we're going to zip up and show you the pass-through tune. Hello, 1, 25 watts or so. Let's go all the way up here. It's a 5 watt slug in reverse between the bench 2950 and the amplifier. Hello, 1. Basically nothing, which is good. It means I did good on my tune. That means the RF can come in and pass through, and the RF from the antenna can pass through back to the radio with no problemo. Okay. Been a while since I built myself a 2-pill of any kind. So, first off, let's turn this 5 watt slug around. So now we're reading forward, putting 1 watt into it. So 1 watt in gets us about 15 watts, 10 watt carrier there. About 10 watts. Hello, audio, 1, 2. Hello, 1, 2. So it gets us to about 415 PEP with just 20 watts of drive. Okay, let's go ahead and we'll switch to the striker. Okay, so now we're talking on the 955. Let's turn that off, hang that mic up. Okay, let's go over here. Let's look at the L watt meter once again. Hello, 1, 2, 1, 2. We're gonna swing about 80 watts into this thing, give or take. A little bit of love. Little bit of love. Do a little dance and get down tonight. Shh. Get down tonight. I know, don't quit my day job. Just keep slinging lead and slowly poisoning myself to death. That's what you guys need from me. You don't need the singing. I know, it's okay. Hello. Hello, 1, 2. So we did about 475 out of it with our little 80 to 100 watt radio. Hello, 1. Which is about typical. Which is about typical of what we're gonna see. Hello, 1. So we're gonna call this little 2-pill a win for right now. Now, before I go and I put all the vinyl on everything and make it look pretty, we're gonna go and we're gonna test the other brake amplifier. So these amps are all gonna go with me to the BBI Bakerman brake next week on the 4th. And they're gonna go up for sale and for raffle. So let me switch amps and we'll be right back. Okay, let's see if we can go 10 minutes without my better half having to run out here and tell me something about what's going on in the world and in the house. Okay, so now we're going to test its little brother. The reason I say little is because it's got a variable on the front of it. You and I, we all know, just between the two of us, a couple thousand of us that watch this video, we all know that when you bring that variable into the equation, you can't make it a high drive. This is never designed to have a 100-watt radio hitting it because of this. This thing here limits you so much, and it's the weakest link in the entire equation. I tell people that have amplifiers with a variable, turn that shit all the way up and use your radio to variable your power. So, let's make sure this is all the way in the up position. Let's go down in here and let's show you the craftsmanship that's inside this beautiful little 2-pill. It's shiny because it's cleared. That means it's never going to corrode. And the other thing that people never think about is, like, if I spray a little bit of clear on this and you decide to do something stupid like strip your wires right above the amplifier and wire falls in, little tiny bits of it, it lowers the chance of you having an arc. And it might save your amplifier, but the main reason we do it is to keep it clean and looking pretty, because any little bit of moisture gets in here and all this bare copper just turns green. And it makes it nasty. Okay. So now we're back on the 2950. Let's go over here. Hello. And now what I was getting at is this is what people want to do. They want to have their radio. Let's turn this around. So right now we're set at 1 watt. We're close to it. Here, we'll give it 1 watt. What a lot of guys like to do is they'll have their 2 and 3 watt base, their regular stock, non-modified radio. And we'll say 2.5 watts. Okay? That's 2.5 watts going through everything. So if we turn that back around, that's our radio and drive. Let's go ahead and we'll turn the amp on. Guys want to be able to take their amp with the variable on the front of the amplifier and dial this back. And they're like, oh, look, I'm turning down the dead key. And I can get my dead key way down. Yeah, you can. With the variable on the front of the amplifier. So we took it and we were all the way over here. And we want to turn this down. The problem is this thing's only rated for a couple watts of power. So they'll take their 50 watt radio that puts out 2 watt dead key and modulates to 50 watts, and they'll turn this to half. Well, when you modulate 50 watts into a 5 watt component, and then they go, I don't understand, the variable's got a chunk in it. And leave that thing all the way up if you're going to run a high power radio into this thing. And then what you can do is you can take your radio and turn your dead key down even more. See, like when you go to your technician and you say, hey, technician person, I want you to set my radio up for a 1 watt dead key. You got to ask him, what voltage is the workbench on? Because if he sets the dead key up for 1 watt at 12 volts and then you go and put it in a 14 volt system, you're going to be keying almost 2 watts worth of carrier. But, you know, think about it. Have him set the dead key up for about 1.5 watts, like something like this. That's 1.5 watts. Hello, 1, 2. With 1.5 watts, you don't need to use the variable ever. Ever. It's the magic number, 1.5. I prefer to see the guys set them at 1 watt. So if you're at 12 volts, you know, you're going to set that carrier at 1 watt. And then if you set your carrier at, or, you know, put it in your truck and your voltage is 14.5, that means you're going to make 1.5 watts worth of carrier. Follow the logic? Use the radio to adjust your carrier. Don't use a variable. Variable is like, it's almost as dumb as putting a preamp inside your amplifier. Preamp goes bad, can't hear shit, and all of a sudden your whole amplifier is worthless. Just saying. Just saying. Okay. And quit beating up meter movement. Let's turn that back around. Hello. Hello. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Remember how we were seeing 425 watts out of the other one? Hello. 1, 1. It's the variable circuitry. Sucking up a little bit. But that's perfect. We built ourselves almost a 400 watt 2-pill with 25 watts of drive. So let's see if I can even get the striker to do what I wanted to do here for the demonstration purposes. Still waiting on no derail over there to get my other radio finished. Come on, buddy, I know you got it in you. That poor guy, he's got more work than I do. I'm busy. Okay, so let's turn this slug around. We're going to key this. We'll set our carrier at 1 watt. We'll take our mic gain. We're going to back it way down. And we're going to come over here and we're going to look at this watt meter now. Hello? Howdy-o? Hello? Okay. Put about 50 watts on it. Hello? 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. Hello? 1 2 1 2. There's our 400 watts. We cannot drive it harder than that because we'll end up burning up our variable. So we got good input SWR, radio's happy, pass-through's happy, amp's happy, I'm happy, everybody's happy. Happy, happy, happy. Okay, let's look at another one that we just built. Okay, so now what we got ourselves here is a 4-pill heavy-duty high drive. This is basically like what a Masterclass series build box would be, honestly. We're hitting this with the Striker 955. So, hello, 1 2 1 2 1 2. Putting our 80 watts in it. Putting our 80 watts in it, it's going to get us about 800 out. Hello, with relatively no problems. Our input tune. Let's see here. Here's the 955 with the slug in reverse. Hello, 1 2. Hello, 1 2. Radio's happy. Bird meter's happy. Everybody's happy. Okay. So, show them what you're doing with your hands there, Mr. BBI. Let's go ahead, we'll switch radios. We're gonna go over to the 490 now, which is a little bit more power. Turn the Striker off, turn the 490 on. Let's go back over here, let's shut the amp off and show you drive. Hello. Put a little bit more drive in it, and a little bit more drive equals about 1,000 watts-ish. Drive it harder, you get more. This is basically built literally with all the same components that in the HD or the Masterclass build boxes have in them. I mean, literally every single component built in the exact same formula, flavor, and style. It's already been cleared. So now we're going to set this one aside. And let's play with something else. Let's play with one more thing. Our good friends at Fat Boy, Charger sent this over himself. I called him and said, hey man, can you help me out with the brake? And he's like, oh hell yeah. So I don't know if you guys have really been paying attention to the transistor world. I know a lot of you do, and you kind of follow along real close. There's a thing going on with the HG455. There's a lot of people out there that are claiming, this opinion is shared by many, that the 455 that HG's currently got out, there's some magical shit going on with it. Like, it's finally hit the Rosetta Stone of, hey, we got a good part that works better than the old parts. Let's pop this open, let's take a look inside. It's a cute little amp. So this is one of their strictly straight 4-pill cabinets that he built this in. It's a new little design to me. The cabinet, that is. The amp design also is new, and he wants me to play with it and check it out and see what I think about it and get back to him and talk to him about it. So we'll do all of that. But for right now, let's go ahead and let's hook this up real fast and let's see what we got. Let's go down in here and look. Without giving away too many details here. These are the MRF 455 made by HG, and it's just a basic setup. But the way this thing makes power, everybody says that this is some cool stuff. I wish I could spend all the time researching and doing R&D like I used to a couple years ago. I just don't have enough free time. Still have a good ground. We'll get it. Get a grab. Got 4 screws in it, and still there's not enough ground to get the fan to activate. Get it? Nope. Lights on, lights on. There we go. 1 screw's carrying the ground for the fans. Okay. So, just got this one marked as out. And we'll grab the 2950 here and we'll hook this up as well. So shut this off for a minute. Slide the camera back for a hot second. So, hello, audio. So it's talking through it. Hello, hello, hello. Got no reflect, of course. Got a variable all the way open. Hello, wow. Hello, 1 2 1 2. The input tune on this thing is pretty good for what it is. Let's go up here. Take a look at this. Hello, 1 2. Hello, 1 2. This is actually really impressive to me. So this would perform just about as good as like a 4-pill 2290 Toshiba box. Hello, 1 2. Hello, 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. Hello. I'm seeing almost 600 out of this. That's cool. Hello. Variable's working. Input tune's wonderful. I mean, that's great power with only 20 watts of drive, in my opinion. It's 25 watts of drive. It's making almost 600 watts. That's freaking great. Let's turn the amp off. Turn this off. Now we're on the 2950, you guys. Hello, or the 955, I mean. Hello. We're going to double the power up. So we're going to modulate about 60 watts into it. Hello. Hello. Same, 600 watts power. Hello. Input tune on this thing is phenomenal. Hello, 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1. Hello, 1 1 1 1 1 1 1. Hello, 1 1 1. Yeah, so about 50 watt box. 600 out. That's neat. That's really cool. But I had to just document that real quick. Now, what happens off screen from here is I'm going to take it and look at it, think about it for a few minutes, make some notes. Then, on top of this, let's look at one more here. I have this nice gentleman. I want to share the whole history on this little Palomar here. This thing was set up almost 2 years ago now from a supporter of the brake. Do not return this. This is a donation. Give it away at the next CB break or sell it and use the money to feed the sea beers or something. My father-in-law tried to sell this in 1981, but no one wanted it. The band switch is new. Okay. This comes from my buddy down in California that sent up this amplifier that I've yet to work on. It's a Super Cobra bass amp. This guy is just cool. That's all I can tell you is this guy's really neat. He was a fireworks vendor for a lot of years. But this is a basically brand new mint condition with the stock mounting bracket. All the paperwork. Here's the warranty registration paperwork for this. Here's the full up schematic diagram from Palomar. So what does it say in here? Important. Palomar Electronics Corporation, manufacturer responsibility. Oh yes, back when they print everything in blue because photocopiers hated this color blue. They had a hard time copying this color blue. Register your equipment properly and fill out an enclosed warranty card and mail it in with Palomar within 30 days of purchase and along with a copy of the original sales receipt. Be sure to include the serial numbers of your transceiver, warranty card, and correspondence with the factory. There will be a minimum handling charge of $5, $10 if out of warranty. If any piece of equipment is returned to the factory, warranty service is found in proper condition, blah, blah, blah. Install overhead, should avoid warranty charges. Okay, so manufacturer's responsibility. Service labor prior to for a period of 1 year from date of purchase, Palomar will pay for service labor supplied by Palomar when needed as a result of defective parts or workmanship. This service is offered only to the owners in U.S. and Canada. Parts. Transistors tubes are warranted for a period of 90 days. All other new factory or factory-built parts will be supplied with a 1-year warranty from date of purchase. Replacement of parts or warranty, remaining original warranty period. Not covered. Installation or repair of external antenna equipments are not covered by warranty, nor is damage to unit due to misuse or abuse or negligence. Owner's responsibilities. Operating instructions. Read the operation instructions carefully. Make sure you understand operations instructions and carefully and adjust your controls. Okay. Warranty services. Transceivers and accessories covered by the warranty must be shipped at owner's expense. Personal delivery to Palomar Electronics Corporation located at, omitted. We'll just say it's in California. Once repaired, the unit will be returned to Palomar, returned to you at Palomar's expense. Antenna operational problems. That's an amazing warranty. That's cool. This is a warranty. What is this? Frequency range supposedly 3 through 30. Refer to the chart. TX100F transmitting 13.6 volts at 17 amps worth of draw. Standby 13 amps. Okay, so 20 milliamps that basically powers the LEDs. Symbol, transistors and diodes. I don't even need to open this thing. It's got 1N230 3491R or equivalent. A TX100, TX75, the RF transistors. So then it's got an LED, 2N2905. This is cute. Connect amplifier. Connect amplifier to voltage used in number 12 wire or larger. Observe the polarity to red marked wire, negative to black ground. Connect both positive and negative leads directly to the battery. Failure to do so will result in distortion of the transmission signal, loss of power output, and void your warranty. Make sure all connectors are tight where possible. Reversing a polarity may cause damage to the amplifier. It'll kill it. Install the amplifier where it has adequate airflow around it to keep it cool. The amplifier will be designed for optimum operation with 3 to 4 watts AM drive. Do not use more than 4 watts drive, as you will shorten the RF transistor's life and severely distort the quality of the signal. Everybody got that? Okay. Now that I bored everybody to death by reading all the paperwork, I just never seen any of this before. I've never seen one in this mint condition. It even comes with a warranty card with the guaranteed LSD get you high, lick 'em, stick 'em stick on the top here. Or cause your tongue to have cancer in the state of California, depending on how you want to look at it. Now, in theory, this is a 15 through, so 10 through 15, 20, 40, 80 are the bands this thing covers, in theory. This is not a type accepted piece of equipment. On-off preamp, sideband AM. This was sent up as a donation, and this is a wonderful gift. It's never been used, never been hooked up. Power wires are all virginal. They've never been connected to anything, as we can clearly see. And we're going to take this over to the break, and we're going to put this on the table. Now there's about 4 or 5 other things that are going to be at the break as far as donations and raffle prizes that are amplifier related. There's way more stuff coming. This is just what I happen to have on hand. There's going to be radios and antennas and all kinds of other equipment that are going to be present. But this is just what I have on hand. So I wanted to showcase this real quick. Let me put the fans and the lids and the vinyl on everything else, and we're going to wrap this thing up. Well, here we are at the end of this saga. Just wanted to give you guys a quick rough idea of what we got going on. I got a lot more stuff coming. This is just what I'm bringing for my little portion of the table, the main raffle table. Coaxial dynamics, big 30U meter movement with peak kit on it and multiplier meter. This little 2-pill, the 500 watt 1x2, 4-pill Fat Boy, straight 4-pill, 2-pill, and another 2-pill. All of this is going to be on the raffle table or available in one form or another. Not to mention, I got Brian from Truck CB Sales, we got Mr. Coily, we got Ghost Rider, we got Zane from Big Rig Radio, and I think D-Rail is sending something up too. And if I'm not mistaken, I don't know for sure, but Mr. Coily and a couple others are definitely throwing in on the table. So, all that being said, it's going to be fun. It's going to be a lot smaller break than what we've had in the past because of the COOF and because of the date that we're having to forced on us to do it on. But it's going to work. We're going to go and have fun. So, this is only about a quarter of it, and the break isn't until next week, and more stuff is in the mail. So, we'll see. And then plus, we got people coming to set up their own tables and stuff. Got a couple different CB shops that are coming up to set up tables, and got people coming up from California that are bringing goodies too. So we're gonna have a good time. Done. Moving on. Appreciate you guys, and the ones that I see at the break, it'll be fun to see you. And the ones that I don't get to see but wish they could come, I'll be wishing you could be with us. I'll see you. Bye.